Hey there, how's it going? We are back here at Breakfast All Day. We are now going to talk about a really tremendous documentary called Apollo 11, which Alonso will describe.
So yeah, this is directed by Todd Douglas Miller, and it's basically an assemblage of footage around the Apollo 11 mission, wherein Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin became the first men to walk on the moon. And much of this is footage that's never been seen before, and it's certainly been, restored and remastered. I didn't get to see this in IMAX, but I can imagine it's breathtaking in IMAX. And it really kind of takes the camera everywhere, from the building of the craft to the launch to the mission to the people in amazing 60s outfits watching the launch. There's no narration. There is occasional sort of use of animation to sort of explain what's going on and the science involved in trajectories and gravitational pulls and that kind of thing. But it pretty much, the footage tells the story itself, and it's riveting. It's gorgeous to look at. It's very compellingly edited. It reminded me a lot of For All Mankind, where they took all of the moon missions and sort of edited them together into one big mission. But this one's purely focusing on Apollo 11. And, it's definitely a great companion piece to First Man, whether or not you saw that film. But just a sort of straightforward storytelling, I just found this really exquisite.
Director also edited this.
Oh, well done.
Yeah, it's amazing. I don't know the whole backstory of how he got access to this, but I love the fact that there's no narration. I love the fact that there are no new talking heads explaining and holding our hands and walking us through it. It makes it so immersive, and the way it's all pieced together is so elegant. It's a word I know I overuse, but it really is here. It's all just transmissions and old footage, and the fact that we know what happens, right? We know they made it. We know they got back. And the fact that we are holding our breath for so much of it, it's paced so beautifully that you get totally sucked in. Like, oh my God, we only have a few more feet left until the thing is down. Are they going to make it? Are they going to land? Is it going to be okay?
I mean, it's not as hard in your throat as First Man is at times, because that movie really just rendered this whole thing just terrifying for me. But you're right. It is a sort of thing where they do manage to create these sort of little mini moments of suspense along the way. And it's the sort of thing where both of these films, I think, decades down the pike, we kind of take for granted. Oh yeah, we landed on the moon. But like, all the stuff that went into making that happen, and all the millions of choices that had to be made, and all the millions of ways it could have gone terribly wrong.
The fact that there was some sort of valve leak, like hours before they were about to blast off. They are like repairing some leak farther down the rocket.
Yeah, they're like T-minus 2 hours, and there's some hydrogen leak somewhere that somebody's got to go in and fix.
Yeah, I definitely came to appreciate First Man so much more after seeing this film and appreciating, Damien Chazelle. We know he's got a tremendous eye for detail and for wanting to get it right and for being meticulous in every little thing. But I really appreciated that so much more having seen this.
Yeah.
And this came out months after First Man. First Man never really got much traction award-wise, although it did win for what? For visual. No, production design was Black Panther.
Oh, you're right.
Visual effects, maybe. Anyway, it only won like one Oscar.
Was it a sound?
No, it should have won both sound. Remember, Bohemian Rhapsody won both of the sound categories. But it really made me appreciate, every little bolt, every piece of clothing, every, interior design element of First Man, because you see,
visual effects, yes.
He really got it right.
And also just it kind of brings home the notion of, we did this at a time when computers were, the size of rooms and did less than what your phone can do. And everything is so analog, all those switches and things, And
even the graphics, even the graphics to describe all of them are kind of delightfully minimalist and analog.
A little retro,
There's little drawings that explain things that, like, A, I did not know, and B, it had never occurred to me because I don't know everything about the moon landing, but like, it had to go around the Earth a couple times to like slingshot enough like energy. Did you know that?
I vaguely.
to
I
the
think I kind of
moon?
do that. The thing, what I always get confused about it when I think back about it is the coming back part.
They had to come back. It never occurred to me.
But they also really illustrate all of that really beautifully. That you understand. Okay, so then they went from here to there, and then that went to this, and then
Well, not just come back, like they got to leave because they got a slingshot back too, right?
They
Like
gotta go around
they've
the
got to
moon
leave a guy,
again.
right? Michael Collins is up in orbit by himself, waiting
Right.
for them to come back up, keeping the momentum going so that they can come back.
Then they have to attach to him in space. The
Yeah.
thing I didn't know also is that like on the way to the moon, they like detach from their rocket and then they reattach like,
backwards
their
to the
little
lander.
And it
Yeah.
has to all happen like perfectly, as you say, Alonso, like 50 years ago with totally different technology. And they did it.
and then they had to land in a precise spot where the aircraft carrier could find them. You know,
Right. I love the score for this as well.
Right. Think of put it in perspective. Think of the cars think of the top of the line technology in cars at that time in the 60s versus now, right? Like you can get a, low end, Honda that's got more computer
Right.
power than all of that put together
Yeah,
now.
like
right?
a car that can parallel park itself has the
Right.
Apollo lander beat by a mile.
Yes,
you know?
it also made me appreciate Ryan Gosling's performance as Neil Armstrong that much more because the thing that made Neil Armstrong perfect to lead this mission, right? The calm, the steadiness of him, the fact that nothing shook him at all. You realize here once again how important that was because every little thing has to go right.
Yeah.
Because if there's like the slightest tweak of anything, it could all go haywire. You need somebody in control who would be steady. And so the thing that made Ryan Gosling's portrayal of Neil Armstrong seem a little distant and a little enigmatic is also like the thing that works and why they all made it. So I appreciated, and now I want to go back and rewatch First Man
Yeah, me
because
too.
I only saw it that once and we saw it in IMAX. Were you sitting next to me and
No,
Nick for that?
I saw it at the Venice Film Festival.
That's right, because you're fancy. No, but Matt, I was sitting with you. You were sitting with me and Nicholas at First Man,
First Man,
right?
yeah.
Right, in IMAX. And now I want to go back. And I think we all sort
It's
of...
another movie that gets boring when the dancing stops.
I feel like I walked out of First Man appreciating it, but not loving it. And Apollo 11 makes me want to go back and see like how much more I love it on second viewing. I brought Nick and Chris with me to a screening of this, and we also did not get to see it in IMAX, unfortunately. I think we saw it in 70, but it was not projected the way it was supposed to be in 70 because some of the stuff was cut off.
Oh, I think I saw it probably just straight up digital. It was in one of those non-special upstairs AMC houses.
Oh,
so.
I saw it at the Landmark. Anyway, but it's really cool. It's doing, I don't know what cities they're doing this in, but in a bunch of cities, they're doing it a 1 week run in 70 millimeter IMAX.
Nice.
Starting like today, March 1st. So if you can get anywhere, great. If not, it's going to be around for
And
a
then it
little
opens
while.
wider on the 8th. Is that the deal?
It opens wider on the 8th.
Yeah.
So it's really, it's a total must see. Yes, you know how it ends, but still.
Yeah, which with many documentaries you do, and they're still interesting.
Yeah, so I'm saying 9.
8.8. Yes, it's terrific. I highly recommend.
So 8.9 is our number. It's 100% on the tomato meter.
And well, it should be. Thanks for watching, and you can subscribe to our channel here on YouTube and like us. And go ahead and subscribe and like us in all of your favorite podcatchers, including Apple Podcasts, where if you want to leave us a 5-star review, that would be awesome. We are new and trying to get this thing launched, as it were. Thanks for sharing and retweeting and telling your friends about the new home of What the Flick. And you can follow us at BeFastAllDay on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Thanks for watching.
Thank you. Bye.